They ignored the fact that you got chartered flights because of this girl. They ignored the fact that ratings were going through the roof because of this girl. Instead, they resented it because they said, yo, we were doing stuff long before Caitlin Clark got here, and y'all wasn't paying attention then. But now, the young white girl comes along, and y'all want to sit up there and shower all of this praise and all of this attention that was earned before she ever came along. The resentment is understandable, but it's not about Caitlin Clark. It's about what she represents. My point is,
the WNBA is on fire. Angel Reese just pulled a stunt against Caitlin Clark that has fans in total shock. But Stephen A. Smith, he's not having it. He just put Angel Reese in her place, and what he said could change everything for the league.
The Indiana Fever announced that star Caitlin Clark will be out at least 2 weeks with a left quad strain. Clark reported some pain in her leg Saturday after the team's loss to the New York Liberty. She subsequently underwent an MRI and was diagnosed with the strain on Monday.
This isn't just about two stars. It's about the clash of the old guard with the new wave, and a league that's desperate to stay afloat. And right in the middle, a controversy that's tearing fans apart.
Was the WNBA's Rookie of the Year last season and a first-team All-WNBA selection. So far, she's averaging 19 points and a league-leading 9.3 assists through 4 games this season. I could give a damn about that last part. I don't care about her leading the league in assists. I don't care about the points that she's averaging because I already know that the young lady can ball. She is special. What I'm interested in is what somebody tweeted me and asked about earlier today that I want to show you right now. Put this tweet up, please, so our audience can see it here. At 4th Gen Bucci, B-U-C-C-I, right? Stephen A. Smith. Can the WNBA keep itself afloat while CC, as in Caitlin Clark, is out?
Caitlin Clark isn't just a rookie. She's the WNBA's golden ticket. She's shattered viewership records, driven ticket sales, and made sponsors line up. But the league? They treated her like just another player. And now, it's backfiring.
Unfortunately though, the celebration in the WNBA, it was cut short yesterday afternoon as WNBA players learned the harsh lesson: be careful what you wish for. Headline at the New York Post: Caitlin Clark sidelined with Indiana Felines announcing shock injury. Keyword: shock. This injury was shocking, but not for reasons that you may think.
After taking brutal hits game after game, Caitlin Clark was forced to sit out, and that's when everything fell apart. Her rematch with Angel Reese? Gone. Primetime TV slots? Gone. And fans? Furious. Because for many, Clark was the main reason to tune in.
Addicts also reported a 100% increase in sales for WNBA specific merchandise. It started with Caitlin Clark. And so now that we know all of this, and we've known that for months, now we get to turn around and look and see what exactly is it that the league will do, knowing that she's out for the next 2 weeks. I'm not saying I know for sure what's going to happen, but I have an idea.
Enter Stephen A. Smith, the voice of reason in a room full of noise. He didn't hold back. The WNBA had the golden goose and treated her like a regular bird, he said. And he's not wrong.
Thanks to Clark, Indiana led the league in attendance both at home and on the road. The Fever averaged 17,035 fans at home and over 15,000 on the road. 4 teams moved home games to bigger arenas when Indiana came to town to accommodate more fans. That's about Caitlin Clark. How do we know this? Attendance for the entire league was up nearly 50% last year. According to data from across the timeline, and Indiana led all teams with an average attendance of 17,035. That was up 319% from the year earlier.
But what about Angel Reese? Stephen A. didn't just stop at Clark's treatment. He called out the resentment brewing in the league. Players who watched a young white star explode and felt sidelined by the hype.
We'll find out. We don't know yet, but I'm going to be really, really interested in seeing, Molly, what kind of effect this has on the WNBA's ratings, because if for some reason there is a precipitous drop-off, then everybody needs to stand down and recognize the fact that the speculation or the assertions and assumptions about her being the golden goose is validated.
It's not just talk. The numbers are brutal. When Clark sits, the WNBA loses its gravitational pull. 2.2 million tuned in for her last game. Without her, ratings crash. And Stephen A. warned them. You can't build a castle and act surprised when the queen moves in.
If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay.
Right? So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year, then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record?
While others tiptoe around egos, Stephen A. says what the league needs to hear. Clark is the engine, the face, the reason sponsors are calling. Ignore that, the league crumbles. And Angel Reese's stunts? They only highlight the stakes.
Notice when you're asking about Caitlin a lot, you bring up other rookies as well.
No league's ever about one player. That player could get hurt or whatever. So I think it's just to give recognition that in sports, people watch for compelling content and rivalries. And you can't do that alone as one person.
The real story? It's not about Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. It's about a league at a crossroads, torn between jealousy and survival. Stephen A. says it's time to grow up and recognize who's really moving the needle.
The first rookie with at least 25 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds in a playoff game. That was Caitlin Clark. Became the 4th different rookie to play all 40 minutes in a playoff game. That was her. I'm looking at other things. 6 different league television partners. This is last year. This is last season. Because this is Caitlin Clark that we're talking about. 6 different league television partners set viewership records this year, that year, her rookie year, for its highest viewed WNBA game. Do you know every one of those games included the Indiana Fever?
The question now, will the WNBA listen? Will Angel Reese's grudge matches drag the league down? Or will they finally realize what's at stake? Because Clark isn't just a player, she's the future.
Tide lifts all boats. And this is the magnetic attraction that draws viewers to the WNBA, and her absence over the next 2 weeks due to that quad strain is providing further evidence of that. Then everybody needs to accept it, stand down, and ride that wave. I'm going to be really interested in seeing how the ratings are going to look without her over the next 2 weeks. Let's make sure we come back and ask me this exact same question after she's been gone for those 2 weeks.
Stephen A. Smith has spoken. The fans are watching. And the league? It has no choice but to wake up. What do you think? Is Stephen A. right? Is Angel Reese in the wrong? Drop your thoughts below and subscribe for the real stories behind the headlines.
We know what she brings to the table. But people wanted to hate because why? You had a bunch of players in this league that watched this young white girl come along and take the league by storm. And they resented it because they saw the marketing prowess that she had. They ignored the fact that you got chartered flights because of this girl. They ignored the fact that ratings were going through the roof because of this girl. Instead, they resented it because they said, yo, we were doing stuff long before Caitlin Clark got here. And y'all wasn't paying attention then. But now, the young white girl comes along and y'all want to sit up there and shower all of this praise and all of this attention that was earned before she ever came along. The resentment is understandable, but it's not about Caitlin Clark. It's about what she represents. My point is, grow up.
The WNBA is on fire. Caitlin Clark's unstoppable rise, Angel Reese's defiant stance, and a league that's finally in the national spotlight. But just as the hype reached fever pitch, bam! Caitlin Clark hits the injury list, and Stephen A. Smith is not holding back.
I think Stephen A. is 100% correct on this. At the end of the day, you already see people actually saying, hey, I'm not watching for 2 weeks. I'm not tuning in for 2 weeks. And it's really bad news for the Mystics and the Sky, because both of those teams move those games to big arenas. So it's like, now that she's not playing, what is that attendance going to look like? The viewership. right? The viewership is going to plummet. I already know. Because majority of the people that's watching the Indiana Fever wants to see Caitlin Clark. And sad to say it, a lot of them only want to see Caitlin Clark. They don't really care about the entire team.
Caitlin Clark's left quad strain sent shockwaves across the basketball world, sidelining the WNBA's brightest star for 2 crucial weeks. Meanwhile, Angel Reese, the league's most polarizing figure, seized the moment to remind everyone she's still here, too.
Everybody was moving Caitlin Clark games to bigger facilities because everyone was selling tickets. There were ratings. It was a ratings bonanza. Now with Caitlin Clark not playing, what do? Well, when you change your situs, guess what? You can't change it back.
Yep.
All
the tickets are literally half the price, and there are entire sections of the stadium that have not sold any tickets.
Enter Stephen A. Smith, ESPN's firebrand, who absolutely torched the WNBA's mishandling of this moment and took aim straight at Angel Reese's latest stunt.
2.2 million average viewers tuned in to watch Caitlin Clark and the Fever take on the Liberty.
Peaking at 3.2 million viewers is crazy for the WNBA, even for the Fever.
Became the 6th most watched WNBA regular season or playoff game.
Here's the cold, hard truth. Caitlin Clark's games this year are pulling an average of 1.17 million viewers. When she's out, just 394,000. That's not a dip. That's a crater.
She came into the league last year with no break whatsoever between the college game and the pro game and did her thing. Ended up as an all-star, ended up being 4th in the league in MVP voting, was the clear winner for Rookie of the Year. No competition whatsoever in that regard when it was really all said and done. We know what she brings to the table. But people wanted to hate because why? You had a bunch of players in this league that watched this young white girl come along and take the league by storm, and they resented it because they saw the marketing prowess that she had.
But Angel Reese isn't just watching from the sidelines. She's clapping back, insisting she deserves the same spotlight as Clark. Yet her shooting struggles and empty seats tell another story.
Higher television ratings, higher attendance figures. Ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't come courtesy of a league. It comes courtesy of the players that play in the league. And in her case, she was the most popular, which means she could have helped your bottom line, which means you should have seen that from day one and maximized it. But you didn't do it.
Stephen A. didn't just rant. He laid out the WNBA's existential crisis. If the ratings plummet without Caitlin Clark, then the league has no choice but to admit she is their golden goose. And Angel Reese's jealousy won't fill those seats.
You literally cannot make this up. When she's not playing, ticket prices, merchandise sales plummet. Viewership declines when she is not suited up in uniform. The numbers do not lie, guys. Caitlin Clark is the biggest box office attraction in the WNBA, period. Facts over feelings.
Fans are torn. Some say it's unfair to Angel Reese. Others say she needs to step up and prove herself. But one thing's for sure, the WNBA's future is hanging in the balance.
Came the first rookie with at least 25 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds in a playoff game. That was Caitlin Clark. Became the 4th different rookie to play all 40 minutes in a playoff game. That was her. I'm looking at other things. 6 different league television partners. This is last year. This is last season. Because this is Caitlin Clark that we're talking about. 6 different league television partners set viewership records this year, that year, her rookie year, for its highest viewed WNBA game. Do you know every one of those games, including the Indiana Fever?
As Caitlin Clark recovers and Angel Reese fights to prove she's more than just a rival, one question remains. Can the WNBA survive without Clark's star power? Or is this the beginning of a league-wide collapse?